McDonald's? Right. McDonald's? Right. McDonald's. Are you looking for McDonald's?
Oh, right here.
Okay.
Jonathan?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I got you this too. So be careful. Have a good day. Oh, I'm so sorry. Appears to be a gaming situation going on. It's all-night gaming fest. Well, apparently they love it. They actually have an addiction in Asia. So in Asia, the parents, it's a really horrible thing. Different parts of Asia, the parents will actually take the kids. It's a sad situation, but they have these like boot camps. They take the kids to, they're usually teenagers, because they commit their lives solely to gaming. So they take the kids. It's like a boot camp they put them through, and they try to train them so they don't spend every waking hour at the gaming center, which are in Asia. I believe China. I don't know if Japan has a problem with it. I don't know the countries of Asia that have a problem with it, but the government pays for this boot camp to train the kids to, or a lot of the male teenager boys to be reprogrammed so that they don't spend every waking hours in front of, this obsessed addiction of gaming. That's not a problem. I don't know if it could lead to one though, but the internet speed there is probably amazing. The other thing that's interesting is this is kind of an Asian section of not far from where I live. It's very interesting, but it's like a Chinatown kind of thing in the South, but in Asia, the government actually pays for these kids to go to this boot camp, and they learn to like give up being on the internet all the time. But I think the idea behind it is that I think it's what it is. It's their desire. It's the teenagers' desire to fully commit themselves, at least in Asia, to this one thing. Which, in a way, it's kind of what they end up doing with work, because Asian people are very disciplined about being on time and working a full schedule, and the whole country is that way. And I think they substitute that with an obsession of gaming, and their parents are like, well, this is not the best occupation for you right now, because we don't know if you're going to be able to make money and be on your, live a normal life. I think a lot of them wear diapers so they don't have to take restroom breaks, and it's really bad. But it's getting better, I think, because of these boot camps that they put the kids through, so that they learn to, go find an occupation that's going to help them succeed in life, or whatever, go to school or whatever. They become like dropouts, where they drop out but go into the gaming world. So they go into these gaming cafes and they live in these gaming cafes. And the government has to go in and actually take them out of this. It's really sad. But I forgot the name of the documentary. It's a weird name. I'll have to look it up. I saw it not very long ago. But I don't know. It's 12 a.m. and they're ordering food, and I hope that our country doesn't go in that direction per se. But it looks almost like a little casino. And what's interesting, also what I'm observing, because this is mostly just observation that I'm reporting, this diary, is that I come across a lot of times at night that there's these little, well, they're usually very expensive hotels, and there'll be gaming in there. I'm not gonna say what type of gaming, like poker or something, but they've rented out these rooms for that sake. And another thing too is that I've heard there's an underground gambling scene in Dallas. I haven't really seen it. I've come across one dealer that I had picked up at a washateria that had told me about it. But they said that they move around quite a bit, and so I don't know if Dallas will ever legalize gambling, like Vegas has per se, or other big towns like I think there's a place in I know Vegas is Nevada. Nevada is legal. There's a few states too that's not far from here that's legal. But I don't know if they're going to legalize gambling in Dallas per se. That is just people just gaming. I mean, they're just having fun. But I think there is probably a way, in one way or another, where they are actually making money. I don't know exactly how they are, but I think in some way or another there's some kind of information change, or there's something going on that leads to money. So in one way you might look at them as, well, this is kind of something that the kids are trying to throw themselves into, like a profession of some type. We don't know. Because see, the one thing about gaming is that you learn through playing. Okay, children learn through playing. So it could be a sense of survival that they're looking for, or a way to find a way to survive. Sometimes when it appears that someone is dropping out, it may be a way that they're trying to land on their feet. So it seems, oh, this person's a dropout, or this person's bad, and we see it from that way. I mean, if you would have saw Bob Dylan in his early career, you would have saw like a crazy homeless guy with a guitar, right? But he became Bob Dylan. Excuse me, Bob Dylan. I don't mean disrespect, but the idea is that we look at people and we're like, that person's a dropout. That person's no good. That person's up to no good, and we don't know the intentions, or we don't know the path that God has for that person. Really, it's real difficult. It's really, when you look at people like that, or you come across people like that, it's real difficult to find out exactly what they're really doing. It could be some kind of social connection, some kind of communication that they need to go through for their particular life. I don't know. It's real hard not to judge people. It's very difficult not to. I don't cast any judgment. I try not to cast any judgment on people like that. It's good to just let things be.